Hi everyone, my name is Ierie and this is Reminisce with This, where I take a little time out of my day to sit and reminisce with you on all of the different interests, hobbies, and collections that I've obtained over the years. It is going to be Silver Lining Sunday, where this is where I focus on those memories I've obtained over the years as well that make these moments that much more important for me. Today's Silver Lining Sunday is something that I've been thinking quite a bit honestly about. Um, if you would have told me 4 years ago that I would be in the place and the position where I'm at today, I probably would have laughed in your face. Just because I was in probably one of the darkest times in my life. And that's not the focus here, right? I don't want to focus on the negatives or anything like that, but rather the positives and how I got here today. With the help of the recovery programs that I've been in and therapy and just the love and support of all of the amazing people that are in my life today, I was able to overcome the darkest period of my life, where now the place that I'm at is the most unimaginable place I could be. Yes, there's trials and turbulations here and there, and things aren't always going to be going my way and necessarily go the way that I would like them to. But at the end of the day, I can reflect on things, no matter how hard they are right now, they were in no comparison of how they were before I started this journey. And that's a blessing for me. Because 4 years ago, I was couch surfing. I was homeless. I did not have a place to call my own. And as time went on, I moved in with friends, and then I lived with my sponsor and his family before initially moving out to where I live now and living with family for a little bit before I got into my own place, which I haven't had my own place where it was just me, not a roommate situation, a partner situation, or anything along those lines, since probably 2013 or 2012, 2013, when I lived in Sacramento. And this is a huge accomplishment for me, simply for the fact that I didn't think it was a possibility. I didn't think that I was able to do anything more than what I was already at that moment. And now I can say that was a false narrative my mind told me over and over and over, just because of the places I was at in my own mental journey. You know, like I said a few times on here, it's easy to get caught up in the present and the future and all of these negative thoughts and things like that you tend to forget about those simpler moments and the more positive attributes that your memories hold over the years, because you're just so caught up in the present. And if the present is so negative and you're not really working on anything to better that, then you're only going to focus on those negatives. And that's where I was at for such a long time. And now I'm in a place where I can honestly say that even at my lowest today, I'm still at my happiest than I was 4 years ago. And that's a huge accomplishment for me. You know, I've lived all over. I've been on my own since I was 16. So it's been a journey. And by no means is it anything that I am regretful over, or that I wish didn't happen or anything like that, because everything happens for the reason that it was supposed to. And I'm very blessed that I have had so many amazing opportunities to build memories and build foundations with different people throughout these years. Now, it may not always have been someone that stays forever, but my therapist had told me in a way of sorts, and I'll paraphrase it here, that not everybody in your life that comes into it is meant to stay. Sometimes they come into your life simply to pave the way so you can make it through those hard patches. You see them as the stepping stones, not necessarily in a bad way, but they are the stepping stones that help you in that moment to get you through to that next point of your journey. And I can say that there have been so many amazing, polished stepping stones that may not be in my present day, but the appreciation that I have for them is a deeper level today than maybe, 5 years ago, where I held on to a lot of anger and animosity and, petty behavior, quite honestly, when it came to those people that I couldn't even speak highly of them. But now in the place where I'm at mentally, I'm able to have these moments where I can reflect in a more positive manner and appreciate them at a more of a like full into it with my heart and my mind in a healed way, rather than just constantly trying so hard not to look at the positives. Now, that's really what I try to do in the best ways that I can today. Now, I'm not perfect, and I have stated this time and time again, I am far from it. And that's okay, because something that I've learned in the programs is I strive for progress, not perfection. And that's okay, because if I'm continuously making progress in my everyday, then I am doing something that younger versions of myself would be proud of. And those people that helped me along the way, I would hope that they would be proud of, because I really want to show that the changes that I have made and the hard work that I have made throughout the last 3 years and some change have been impactful for me and really have made that insight of changing, because change for me was something so hard. It was a crutch to stay in a victimhood mentality for such a long time, because that was my safety blanket. So when I let go of that safety blanket and got out of that, I had to really look inward and focus on all of those things that I had been running from and really do that healing. Where I'm at in this moment has been the best time of my life in a healed way. I'm not saying that the memories I've shared along this journey by no means were not big monumental moments that were so impactful that they hold something so dear to me that they're less than the moment I'm in today. It's because of those moments that where I'm at today is the best time of my life, simply because I can appreciate those moments deeper with so much more love than I had in the past. And that's why this life that I live currently is so much more important. And I get that there's times that we can be in such dark times that it's hard for us to be able to appreciate the moment we're in. But if you take a literal moment to appreciate the small things, like going on a walk and actually smelling the flowers and the roses and the things like that, that is that cliche saying, stop to smell the roses every once in a while. But it's true. When you take a moment to actually appreciate those small things, like watching a sunset, watching a sunrise, listening to the sounds of nature, just being in a moment of peace, serenity, and clarity, you tend to be able to appreciate things that you may have overlooked in moments of hardships. And that's what I really have been trying to focus on so far within this journey of sharing every week and every day. It's not always something that I'm talking about that may connect with one or another, But if I can connect to one person and the things that I'm saying helps them throughout their day, or helps them just to see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and sometimes we're only focused on the light at the end of the tunnel, that we forget about those that help light the way to guide us to that end of the tunnel. And or it doesn't always have to be people too. It could be situations and or places or even pets. The possibility is endless to whatever helps you get through the next day or the next journey of your life. That I truly do hope that there are moments or whatever gets you there helps light the way throughout your journey, because I truly am a firm believer. If I can come from the place that I was at, and I by no means was I a good person. I try to have those attributes today, but back then I really wasn't. And that's why I really do believe that if I can change my life from that person and be to who I am today, then I truly believe that anybody is possible to have this journey and this life that they wish to have, as long as you lead with positivity, love, sincere actions, and truly just do the best that you can to give love and joy to those that you may not necessarily give them to. And again, I am not perfect. I don't like everybody that comes into my path. There are people that honestly I can't stand, but I still try to emulate the person that I would like to be every single day. And if people ruffle my feathers, then I will try and make others laugh around me and bring them joy, rather than stewing in the misery that others that might be giving me and dwelling in that. If I can make jokes and laugh about things and make others laugh, then I think I'm doing pretty okay. And okay is better than not being okay. And though at the same time, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to feel your feelings and work through things where, it's sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I can be very reactive on how people communicate with me in a negative way. But as time goes on, I really do try and work at it. I will stress this to the furthest extent, that I am by no means perfect. And I have my flaws, I have my character defects, but at the same time, I work at it every day. And if I can just be better than who I was a moment ago, a minute ago, a day ago, a year ago, then I think I'm doing pretty solid. And I just really want to encompass this message with hoping that it touches those that, if you really do feel that you are at the lowest point of your life and that there's nothing more that you can that can come from it, I am here to tell you that that's not the truth, because I really was at the lowest point in my life 4 years ago. And I am eternally grateful that I didn't do anything to jeopardize that and risk throwing that all away. Because again, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And it's because of all the amazing people in my life from start to where I'm at now that have helped me remember that. It's all of the places that I've been to and all of the sceneries that I've seen and all of the moments that I've created and cultivated and held on to for such a long time, so dearly, that is so much more impactful. It's the pets that have come in and out of my life. It's the pets that literally coming home after a stressful day and seeing them just be excited that it's like, you know what? Today wasn't that bad because of this moment. And so if you can focus on just one positive thing throughout your day, no matter how hard it may be, if you can focus and find one positive thing to really focus on and really be, in that moment, to be like, you know what, today may have been really hard, but at least I was able to stop and smell the flowers. And have that be your focus rather than the hardships. Because when you do that time and time again, day after day after day, after a couple months, your brain starts to really see the more positive things in those moments that you may have been neglecting all these years or days or whatever the time period you've been in this dark rut. So with that, I hope you got something out of it. I really do hope that you have the most amazing day today, tomorrow, and so on. And of course, as usual, if you have not been told you are loved today, cherished, and or cared about, just know that I love you, I cherish you, and I care about you. Until tomorrow, I will catch you next time. Peace.